Let's be real and raw and honest here. A narcissist will never change. They will never change. It's not your job to save them, and actually, I want you to give up. Now, I'm not one to usually tell people to give up. That's not what we're here. But on this occasion, I want you to give up on the narcissist that you're dealing with right now. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you're trying to get away from one, you're living with one, you have, I don't know, like an ex-boyfriend, an ex-girlfriend, parents, friends, bosses, you have to give up, because they will never, ever change. Narcissism, let's define what narcissism is before we go any further with this. Narcissism isn't just simply being selfish. No. Narcissism is a personality disorder. It is a continued behavioral pattern which completely inflates their own self and lacks complete empathy for you or for anyone else around you. They have an inability to care, an inability to show empathy, and again, it's all about them, okay? And with selfishness, you can be selfish and can still have empathy. The two can coexist, but narcissism, they cannot coexist. They cannot. And there's a whole load of different forms of narcissism, which I can make another video on. But the main ones are overt narcissism, covert narcissism. Overt narcissistic people, they tend to have a very loud, arrogant, grandiose behavioral patterns around them, very in your face. A more covert narcissism is more like the vulnerable type that's very victim orientated, like poor me, very guilt tripping, that kind of narcissistic kind of person. So they're the two main forms. So you might have a loud one, you might have one in your face, you might have one that's just like victim, poor me. They may differ in characteristics, but what they have in common is that they are there to manipulate you. They both use forms of manipulation, guilt, gaslighting, so many other ways to manipulate you and to make you feel less than, to make you so they can have control over the situation, over the emotion, over you, and literally they will destroy your life. And I know this because I grew up with a very narcissistic mother. My whole life I've spent trying to figure her out, trying to figure what this thing is. Why me? Get the thought of why me out. I tried to be that person. I was there as well. I was living with a narcissistic person predominantly most of my life. And you want to save them. I know. They cannot be saved. They cannot be saved. Honestly, on this occasion, you have to give up. Please listen to my voice. If you are surrounded by a narcissistic person, I really don't care if they're your family, anyone, you'll know the difference between someone that's narcissistic and just someone that's just selfish. There's a big difference, okay? This is a consistent behavioral pattern which happens consistently every single day. There's not a day in your life that you won't wake up and there's just something going on, or there's some kind of drama happening. It's very exhausting, it's very draining, and it takes a lot of you. And I know there's a lot of you watching this. If you're watching this and this relates to you so well, please just hear my voice when I said I wasted so many years of my life trying to be an unpaid therapist to someone that I've realized afterwards I can never actually change. They will never change. This is one of the personality disorders that I honestly don't even know if therapists, are fully can fully understand the complexities of this personality disorder. Because for me, you have to kind of live it. You have to live that experience to fully grasp exactly what is happening when you're surrounded by this kind of living with when you're surrounded by someone that's very narcissistic, living someone, dealt with someone, and usually they're formed in very close relationships, I'm not saying like a therapist wouldn't understand, but it's a very complex one, and if you've lived in it, you understand exactly what I mean. It's very difficult because people don't fully grasp it completely unless you've actually been in that situation. So it's very difficult to explain to someone what it is, and that's why I want to come in here as someone that's dealt with this my whole life, and I want to speak to you guys to let you know it's never going to change. Trust me, it's never ever. And I tried so hard. I tried to the depths of my soul, because obviously it's my parent, it's my mother. I tried, and I know some of you out there are just trying, doing what you can, and you think there's hope. You think there's going to be hope. You hold on to that 1 or 2 days where they're acting normal. You think they're normal. No, it's not normal. It's again part of their game, part of their manipulation, part of their personality disorder, okay? So there is no normal in this. We've created this new normal because it's just a way that we've started to function. We're functioning on a level of normality which is not, any normal person could not take this on a day-to-day basis. So we've created our own new normal to deal with this narcissistic person. And we've also become accustomed to this behavioral pattern, which also is not good. And our ability to be so resilient and resistant to pain, on one aspect, yes, we can use that for the better, and I will talk about that in another video, but it's not also a good thing to be able to have that much resistance to realizing how much you can deal with. And we are very resilient we are very resilient people that have grown up with narcissistic parents, been around someone, maybe it's a partner, an ex-husband, an ex-wife, I don't know what it is, but we build a resistance to that. And listen to me when I say this, narcissists, they think the whole world is about them. Everything is about them, okay? If it's your birthday, it's not your birthday anymore, it's their birthday. It will turn into something about them. If it's something you've achieved, no, they helped you achieve it. They did this. It's always turned on to something about them. It will never ever be about you, okay? So you have to recognize when you're doing something and everything seems to be about them. It's their inflated ego. It's their inflated self-sense of who they are in this world. And they have an inability to have any self-awareness. An inability to... This is why they, with my narcissist mother, no self-awareness or reading the room at all. Go into 2 workplaces. I can take over this workplace. I'm the boss. I'm this. Or, trying to create... Just when you watch them interact with other people, it's just like, after a while, you start realizing this is not normal behavior. Do you know what I mean? And it's like this, you trying to explain to them, this is not a normal way of thinking. They can't grasp it. It could be such a small thing, waking up first thing in the morning, slamming the doors, this, and you're trying to explain to them, you don't need to do that. There's no need for us to create this, and you're walking on eggshells, because it's like, if you say the wrong word, it's like you're not on my side, you're on their side. Who's they? I don't know who they is. They love to use they, them, someone else, blame, or it's you, it's someone, it's never them. How dare they? No. Their self-importance and their inflated ego would never allow them to point the finger to themselves. No. This is when you're going to cause yourself a problem. Trust me, I've been there. I've been through every situation here, so I can just talk about it so naturally because I've lived that experience, okay? So the moment you start pointing fingers towards them, if you ever try to blame them in this situation, trust me, it's not going to go down well. That's why the grey rock method is literally be very neutral. Don't provide an extremity of reaction, whether it's sadness, upsetness, you're crying, or whether you're angry. Don't allow them to put you in any extremities of those emotions, okay? Because that's when you're going to increase this manipulation. They love that. They love to see an extremity of reaction. This is what they're here to do, is rile you up and to take you out of your self-control. They want you to lose control. They want you to see that you're not at an equilibrium, which has a balanced thought process. They don't want that for you. No. They want you to feel unsettled. Okay, so you have to use the grey rock method. The grey rock method is just like a rock, has no emotion. It's very neutral. Okay, that's what you have to be around narcissists. But you don't even need to be that around a narcissist. I want you just to really understand they will never, ever change. Even if you think there is a glimmer of hope, oh, this week they're being so lovely, oh, today they did something so nice, and I know you go on this up and down thing. I know you have a moment you're just like, no, but I see a glimmer of hope. That was me. I saw that glimmer. And it's so lovely because obviously we have empathy. We want to see the good in someone. We want to help them. We want to see that this is not a normal behavioral pattern. We want them to be involved in a normal society. We want them to just behave like a normal parent or a normal partner, or just see things in a way that this behavioral pattern is just very manipulative, wrong, and it doesn't need to be, it is unnecessary. But it doesn't matter. They will never see this. They will never see your balanced, well thought out process. They don't care for it either. And it really doesn't matter if you're their daughter, your son, you're married to them. They don't care, and they will never change. And I have to be very direct when I say this, because I was the one that thought they were always going to change. And I just wish someone would tell me, you're wasting your time. You're actually delaying your life, like I did. You're wasting your time, and you're wasting your precious energy in this world. And I want you to realize that you have to move on, and you have to get away from these people. You have to understand they can never be that mother you want. They can never be that father. They can never be that husband. They can never be that friend. They can never be the boss that you hope for. It's just an ideal that we have in our mind, like I did. It's the idea that they could be that when they have that one day of like glimmer, but they can never. They don't care about your feelings. They will gaslight you. They will manipulate you. They will use information and use it against you. This is why you can't tell them anything about yourself. They have no empathy towards you. If you challenge anything, it's going to be hell for you. They care about their own validation. They care about their own image. They care about them. They care about me, I. There is no you in this, okay? There's no union here. There's no us. It's them and only them, okay? It's I. And you need to understand it would never ever include you. It doesn't matter how close you are to this person. It will never include you. They will never validate your feelings. They will never be happy for anything you achieve. They will never they will never give you that thing that you want. And I know it's really sad. It's so sad to come to that idea that they can never love you as well the way you want to be loved, and the way you deserve to be loved, and the way you deserve to be validated, and you will never be able to have just like a normal conversation with them. Never. It's going to be a constant battle. It's going to be just this all the time, and you're doing this and you're not going anywhere. You're delaying your life. You're getting older. They're aging you. They're draining they're draining the energy and the life out of you. They are slowly taking they're quickly taking your light. They are destroying your dreams. They're sabotaging your hopes. They're ruining your relationships. They're doing everything. I'm telling you, please get away from these people. as quickly as possible. The moment you need someone, the moment you need help, the moment, you've spent so much time with them trying to be a therapist to them. You spent so much time being a therapist. This was me. You spent so much time. I started researching all about this stuff. I can be the therapist. Honestly, at this point, I could be a therapist to someone, because I wanted to understand this. I wanted to understand what was the psychological thing that's happening here, because I'm not like this. I know other I needed to understand, am I going crazy? What's going on? Why is this happening? And then I realized, do you know what? After cutting away from this person, my life is vastly better. Like, I've eliminated the problems in my life, and that's what you need to do as well. There's no more hope. There's no more you being a therapist anymore. There's no more you trying to save them. They cannot be saved. They will never be saved. They will never go to a therapist, because their self-importance and their ego will give them the inability to even think that there's anything wrong with them. Even if you tell them, no. Because they will then start questioning the authority of this therapist. Why am I going? Like, it's never going to happen. That's why it's a very, very sad personality disorder, and it's very it's very sad, actually, because these people can't be helped. They can't. And I get it. You're trying to make sense of this behavior, but listen to me. Please listen to me. Because I've been here, and I just don't want you to waste your life. Life is very short, and I want you to enjoy what you can. And I know a lot of us have been in this situation for a very long time already, because it's very difficult to get out of this situation, especially if it's a very close family member, or you're living with them, or it's a husband, or it's a wife. Trust me, I know it feels like it's very impossible, but you are not their therapist. Okay, you're not getting paid to be someone's therapist. You are not their therapist. You're trying to get through life as it is. This is too much, okay? You're not the therapist. You cannot save them. They will never be saved, and you can't do it. I'm sorry, you can't. I couldn't do it. With all the research and stuff I tried to do and understanding, I can do it. And I know we've all been there. It can't be done. They can't be saved. No matter how much you want to see them change, and you see that little bit of change one day, and you think, yes, I'm having a breakthrough. You're not having a breakthrough. You're not having a breakthrough. They've just probably had some form of understanding that this game that they're playing is getting a bit, they're feeling a kind of like, oh, my supply could go a little bit, and so I need to, fake being whatever. They will never change. You're not changing them. There's no progress happening. And I know you're a good person. You're a person that has empathy. You're a person that wants to see the best in someone. And I know you have tried your hardest, like me. You really are trying, and you've tried so much. But at one point you will become exhausted. And it comes to a point where it's like, I can't keep doing this anymore. And I just, if you're in that still, I just want to be a voice to let you know that, like, it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better. And I just really want you to understand that your peace is far more important than this. The life that you live on this world and this universe is very short. And please stop wasting it on these people that will never give back to you what you've given them. They will never reciprocate the amount of love, energy, effort, care you've tried to pour into this person. It will never be reciprocated, ever. And it's a very sad thing to understand that someone is like this, and you will never understand why. There will never be a conclusion to why they're like this. It will never be concluded. But I want you to give up. Not because you don't care, not because you're not a good person, but because you need to move on with your life. And you deserve it yourself to pour this energy back to yourself. You deserve to have a good life. You deserve to to achieve the goals that you want to, and you deserve to have some freedom to do that now. And when you get away from this person, that's the moment your life will start. When you detach from this energy, that's the day your life is going to start, and you're going to be able to achieve the things that you want to do, and you're going to see your the way you are, your being, yourself, the way you feel validated, the way you feel seen, the way you feel heard. I'm telling you, you're going to feel that. And I do that to myself. I validate myself. I make sure I'm seen. I make sure I'm heard. And for a period of my time in my life, I never felt that, and I always felt I needed that, you know. And I realize I don't. But they don't teach you these things, especially when you grow up with a narcissistic parent. They don't parent you. They don't want to parent you. They don't want to give you life skills. So you have to end up reparenting yourself. You have to rebirth yourself. It doesn't even need to be a narcissistic parent. It could be a narcissistic partner. You need to rebirth yourself. And this is your rebirth. This is your resurgence of life and energy. And I really want you to take this as a message that I'm giving you, is that it would never change. They will never change. But you will change when you get away from them. You will be the person that you've always been destined to be, and you have a purpose in this life, and your purpose is not just to be someone's unpaid therapist, and that's your purpose. No. You have a bigger calling, you have bigger dreams, and usually narcissistic people choose the people that do have dreams, that do have these goals, that do have something, because it's something in their ego that they can see in you that they could never achieve, or there's something, you know. So you have something special about you, and I just want you to get away from these people. Honestly, this is a very dark energy, these people that they have, and it will take everything from you. Lastly, just remember, they will never have the self-awareness you have. They will never have the empathy that you have. They will never have the thought process that you have. They will never achieve the dreams that you maybe be able to achieve. They will never have the love and care for you like you have for them, or the respect. Never. Okay? So with all that said, I want you to walk away from this. If you can, get out of this situation as quickly as possible. Remove yourself, grey rock, detach, start detaching your emotions to them, stop reacting, you know, you just see yourself as like an outsider observing that this person's behavior patterns is not right, you know. It's not right, and you don't want to pick up these habits either, you know. And the longer you're around this person, you subconsciously will just attract this kind of negative energy around you. You don't need that. You need peace. You need to be loved. You deserve to be seen and heard and respected, and given that back to you equally. And you will find that when you get away from this energy. Okay, and then I will talk about in another video how to deal with that after maybe you've left this narcissistic person, because that's like another thing as well. Life is short. This is your journey. This is your life. This is no more delay now of your life. I want you to start your life 2025. I want you to heal. I want you to have peace, and I want you to move forward, because I did it. If I can do it, I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, and I've got another video about how on narcissism. So please, if you want to explore more about my journey and stuff like that, please go and explore the channel and have a look at the other videos. Okay, but yeah, just remember, they'll never ever change. But you will when you leave them. I love you all. Please comment below. Tell me your stories with narcissism. Have you been around someone? Are you living with someone right now? Are you in a relationship with someone? Have you got a boss? Have you got a friend? There's so many different aspects to this. Please comment below, because this is a kind of like a community that we kind of need to talk about this thing, because it's not always very spoken about. And so yeah, if this really is relatable to you, please comment. It really helps us all that are dealing with this, and just makes us feel seen and heard. And I think it's very important in this particular topic, especially if you've been in this situation, you know what I mean. So I love you all, and yeah, keep that light. Don't let this darkness hide your light. And trust me, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you. Okay, everyone, I love you all, and just stay positive, and you got this, okay? Peace.